Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Let me move my microphone real quick. So what we're going to talk about today, I have some serious mom brain. I'm very sorry. Um, about today is the fact that the president is now saying to companies, lower your prices or else. According to the White House, the private Federal Reserve plays no role in inflation. I don't know where they got that from. So, and they said it's with its print and spend doctrines of constant war of chaos. So 46 has decided to blame companies, instead arguing that inflation would not be happening if companies just lowered their prices. I, I don't get it either. In my opinion, he's pulling a Trudeau, but that's just my opinion. Okay. So while this administration is trying to pull this off, okay, what this administration is actually doing to lower inflation, that is the question here. What are they actually doing? The only thing that they are doing, or has done, let me just say that, to address this inflation, in my opinion, girl, we're headed, okay, to hyperinflation. And I know a lot of people are saying, no, that can't be. Listen, I don't think that we're going to reach the levels of Venezuela or anything like that when it comes to hyperinflation. But I really, truly do believe that we are almost there. Not in Venezuela type, but hyperinflation in some way. Yeah. So, what the administration actually did was they renamed his massive public works bill to the Inflation Reduction Act. Okay, we've all heard about this, despite the fact that, if anything, it would worsen inflation in the short term. So prices right now are artificially high. Okay. And this is what 46 is saying. These are not my words, these are his words. And he said it's because companies are still holding on to the idea of inflation. No, they're not holding on to it. It is what it is. Inflation is here. Hyperinflation is almost here. Anyway, because inflation rates, now these are his words, because inflation rates have slowed and some shipping costs have fallen. He wants companies to lower their prices immediately or else, literally, so Americans can afford to buy more. We don't make enough. Okay? We don't make enough because when your homeowner's insurance and your property taxes, your car insurance, your everything has skyrocketed, we can't afford all of it altogether. Okay. This is what the problem is. All right. That's why things are happening the way that they are. Okay. Family members are moving in with family members. Why? Because they can't afford it. This is like the Great Depression all over again, when multiple families lived in single family homes. Why? Because they can't afford to live on their own. They can't do it, especially if you've got little nuggets running around. Uh, The president has blamed inflation on issues like supply chains and Russia's 2022 invasion of Ukraine. And he said that he was tackling junk fees. I've never heard that term either. Junk fees that are hidden charges that companies sneak into bills because they can and customers have no alternative. Okay, his words, not mine. So, any corporation that has not brought their prices back down, even as inflation has come down, even as the supply chains have been rebuilt, it's time to stop price gouging. And that is what 46 is saying. Okay. Give the American consumers a break. No, you know what? You give us a break. How about that? Okay. How about that? Just saying. So the Bidenomics plan is in the crosshairs of conservatives as the scapegoat for inflation because they say that Democratic efforts to increase worker wages so Americans can afford to live is the reason why prices for consumer goods are higher than they used to be. Neither I don't care if you're left, right, blue, red, pink, purple, green. I don't care. Okay, they are willing to blame. Sorry, they are not willing to blame. I get tongue tied sometimes. They are, because I get so angry. They are not willing to blame the elephant in the room. Okay, it's the pink elephant that runs underneath the chair every time your dad farts. It's one of those. So it's the money printing game. That's what this is. They keep printing money over and over and over again. And they think that no one is any of the wiser. And it keeps going and going and going and going. It's like repetitious movement. I have carpal tunnel of the brain because of this, okay? Banks create money out of thin air. Poof, voila, there it is. And then they lend it out at high interest rates, creating a death spiral where the dollar is constantly being devalued. Okay. Have you taken a look, if you understand like the stock market? Because I had my dad explain this to me. He said, just look at the value of the dollar. He said, we are in so much trouble right now. He said, even the next two presidents won't be able to get us out of this garbage. So, as the purchasing power of the dollar continues to decrease, foreign wars that we are paying for, we, the tax dollar, are paying for, are forced to fund always something that seems to be increasing. None of these issues ever seem to get mentioned on MSM. Right, left, doesn't matter. Okay. 46 blames the companies, while conservatives are blaming Democrats, and the chaos and the death spiral only continues over and over and over again. It's like, stop. Okay. We know what the root of all of this is. We're not stupid. You cannot pull the wool over our eyes and say, he's right, there it is. Okay, I'm dumb. No, we are smarter than that. Some companies may be price gouging, but for the most part, companies are struggling with increased prices on product and supply chain instability, labor costs. Okay. Nothing works the way that it used to. And the lack of reliability, prices and costs, they're hard to measure. When you know that you can't, when X doesn't equal Y, that's what I'm trying to say here. When you can't know that X will be there, okay, next month, business can't run normally. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So America's inflation crisis, coupled with poor wages, cost of living, uh, try and rent a 3-bedroom, 2-bath anywhere. Go ahead. Because not only do you have to make 3 times the amount of what the monthly rent is, okay, like around here, you literally cannot rent for less than like $2,500, $3,000 a month. So you have to make 3 times that amount of your rent every single month in income. Please tell me who makes $9,000 a month. I'll wait. Okay. Nobody makes that kind of money. Nobody. I don't care. And I'm talking like the us, the normal people, the civilians. We don't make $9,000 a month. So this is why we are spending less money. This is why we are literally making decisions, tough decisions, hard decisions on, should I pay that bill or let it go just so I can feed my family today? We should not be having to make these types of decisions, all because we don't make 3 times the amount of our rent or our mortgage. Okay? This is reducing corporate profits. It is setting off even more economic dominoes. Okay? And Americans are struggling. We are not, and it's not like we're struggling with, vacation and resort fees at hotels or Ticketmaster. No one can even afford to go to the damn movies anymore. We have to try and feed our families here. The prices of groceries are going up and up and up and up and up, and it's not stopping. It's not stopping. I don't care what anybody says. So, what is the solution here? One thing is to end the Fed, return the country back to sound money. Only if the parasitic leeches, and I use that term nicely, that control the money supply are removed, will Americans ever have the chance to thrive and live like normal and not have to say, I have to borrow gas money because I can't afford to get to work for the rest of the week because I fed my family today. That is what we are facing. And this is not okay. This is not the American way, like the American dream that everybody seeks when they come here. What do you think this is? We don't all live in perfect houses with the white picket fence and the 3.2 kids and the dog running around. We've got multiple families living in single family homes, trying to pull our wages together just to make it from day to day. Until something drastic happens and we this country will continue to spiral into third world status. I don't care what anybody says. That's how I see it. Okay? Almost to the point where eventually even the big guys, the elites, the ones that try and make all the rules around here, even they're going to suffer. And I hope they do. I hope they suffer like they're making us suffer every flip-flopping day. I really, truly do. When nobody is left beneath them to hold up their pyramid scheme and say, oh, look how wonderful you are. No, I'm knocking you off that freaking pedestal. Come down here to where I am. Live like I do every single day. And then that's when you can start making decisions. When you can live like the rest of us do on $30,000 a year, $40,000 a year with $3,000 a month rent, $300 electric bills. And you're lucky if you get to have SpaghettiOs and Ritz crackers for dinner. Or ramen. I don't want to hear anything from these damn elites anymore. I'm done. Expenses for insurance, rent, taxes, they're growing faster than inflation on goods. Okay? The house next door to me, before Jeff and Belinda moved in, that house was being rented out for $400 a month. Now, $2,500 a month. Now you tell me, and that's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Okay? Small businesses are struggling. It doesn't matter to them that they won't run the government with any sort of budget. Because what are they going to do? Well, if the government shuts down again, they don't care because it's not their pockets that's being messed with. It's ours. The rest of us are struggling to stay afloat. So now 46, he's traveling. Yeah, because he's always going somewhere. He's going to a place called Northfield, Minnesota, to visit Dutch Creek Farms, to lead his administration's Investing in Rural America event series and highlight investments from the Biden administration in rural America. During this visit, he's going to announce something. And I want you to be aware of this because I think this is extremely important. He's going to announce investments of $5 billion from his Investing in America agenda. Okay. This is including bipartisan infrastructure law and the Inflation Reduction Act to advance prosperity, economic development, competition, sustainability. Okay. He's also going to discuss how Bidenomics, how wonderful it is, his investing in America agenda are ensuring that rural Americans don't have to leave their hometowns to find opportunity. So the bill has been broken down for you. Okay, I'm going to read it to you like this. It's $5 billion in new investments, 1.7 billion in investments in climate smart agriculture, 100 million through the Agriculture Conservative Easement Program. Okay, this is included in the climate smart agriculture. 250 million through conservation stewardship program, and 250 million through the environmental quality incentives program. Then he's giving $1.1 billion in investments in rural American infrastructure. $2 billion in investments to partner with rural communities to create jobs and support rural-led economic development. $274 million to expand critical rural high-speed internet infrastructure. And then the last one is $145 million to expand access to renewable energy and lower energy costs for rural Americans. There you go. So another lump sum, another, pocket change to this guy, but, where's he getting the money? Us. That's where he's getting it from. So, guys, I'm out of here. Okay. I will see you in the next one because I'm getting a migraine. All right. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less. Ciao.